Bro, Charles Oliveira did it again, man. I don't care what anybody says. We are so back, man. That man walked into Rio like he never even heard the word decline. 3 months after getting knocked out dead by Ilia Topuria, he turns it around and chokes out one of the best grapplers in the division like it's light work. That's not normal. That's some legacy stuff. Before this fight, though, let's keep it real. The energy around Charles was weird. Everybody was second guessing him. People were saying that his chin is gone. The confidence is probably going to be gone. That Gamrot pressure is going to be too much. The wrestling was going to drown him, you know. Some of y'all were even calling this a bad matchup. Gamrot came in short notice, but still had hype. You know, the elite scrambles, the non-stop takedowns. You know, that narrative started coming out. Charles can't handle the pace. But the thing about Charles do Bronx, he don't do logic. He lives in the chaos. He's the guy who you look dead in the eyes while you're mid-shot and say, cool, shoot again. So heading into this was basically a redemption night for Charles Oliveira, because if he loses here, the run's officially over. If he wins, he's right back in the mix for a BMF shot. And maybe another run at gold. I doubt it. And the crazy part is, nobody really knew which Charles we were going to get. Were we going to get the hesitant one, the one that fought Islam or Armin Saryukian? Or are we going to get the savage that walked through Gaethje and Poirier? And it turns out we got the old Charles, the one who doesn't blink, the one who walks through fire and smile at you. You know, like the badass that he is. And let's just talk about the fight already, man, because round one started, and right away you could tell that Charles looked calm. He had that walk, that posture, that little bounce that he does before throwing the first kick. Bro, he wasn't second guessing himself for 1 second. That was the first sign we got the real do Bronx back. He wasn't jittery, he wasn't backing up, and that was big because against Topuria, he came out tentative. This time, he was locked in, ready to test Gamrot instead of reacting to him. Now, you know Gamrot always opens fast. He's always looking for that single leg, and he did. He shot early, head on the outside, you know, classic Gamrot move. But the second he did it, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You don't shoot like that on Charles Oliveira, because we all know what happens next. That guillotine threat appears out of nowhere. Charles doesn't even have to fully lock it in to make you panic. You can see Gamrot instantly starting hand fighting, trying to keep posture just to survive the first 30 seconds. What I loved is how Charles used that momentum not just to defend, but to create offense off his back. That's what separates him from every other jiu-jitsu guy in MMA, because he's not content just surviving. While Gamrot's scrambling, Charles is already wrapping up an omoplata, shifting his hips, grabbing a wrist, threading triangles. It's like every second he's saying, go ahead, move again, I'll catch you there too. And the thing is, this round told the story of who was really comfortable where. Gamrot was supposed to be the wrestler, right? The control guy, but on the mat, he looked lost. You could tell he was thinking too much, trying to stay safe instead of actually advancing. That's the danger when you're facing a high-level BJJ guy who has fight IQ. He makes you second guess your own instinct. Then Charles reversed him, boom, sweeped him, and got on top. The crowd in Brazil started losing it. You could feel the energy shifting right away. That's when I knew that this fight wasn't going to go to decision, because once Charles starts dictating the grappling exchanges like that, it's usually a wrap. He didn't even need to land huge shots. He landed those sneaky elbows that just sliced people up. You can see Gamrot blinking a bit. You know, the cut started to show, blood mixing with sweat, and Charles just calmly transitioned to his back. He's not even breathing heavy. He's just chilling while working for that choke. But credit where it's due, man. Gamrot defended well. He tucked his chin. He fought the hands. Did everything right to survive. Still, round one belongs to Charles. This wasn't some old man Charles Oliveira, you know, hanging on. This was a man who rebuilt his own style and came back sharper. And man, after that first round, I just sat back like, oh yeah, he's back. You could feel it, bro. Like the energy was different. Charles wasn't guessing. He wasn't flinching. He was in control the whole time. I was honestly shocked that he was the one winning the grappling. Like, Gamrot's supposed to be the wrestler, the scrambler, the cardio guy. And Charles made him look average down there. That's when I knew the fight has flipped. I'm watching that round thinking, damn, this dude is doing everything right. He's calm, he's patient, and he's making Gamrot work. And Gamrot looked tired already, bro. Not like gas, but that I don't know what to do with this guy type of tired. That's the part people are forgetting. When you can't get your stuff going against a dude who's dangerous everywhere, it drains you mentally, and you can see it on Gamrot's face when the round ended. Like, he didn't expect to be stuck in those bad spots early on. Meanwhile, Charles is just chilling. He's not panicking. He's not breathing hard. He's just cool. That's when I said to myself, all right, he's about to take over. And round 2 starts, and you can already tell, bro, it's over. Charles is walking him down. He's not even waiting anymore. Gamrot's on the back foot, throwing these little shots just to keep him off. But Charles ain't backing up for nothing. He's in that zone where he's like, yeah, you're done. He starts digging for that front kick to the body over and over. And you can hear it echo through the arena. You know, Gamrot's breathing started changing. That slow, deep breath, you know, when it's starting to get sucked. Then Gamrot tried to bite down and throw some heat. Big right hands, left hooks. Charles just blocked it, shrugged it off, and kept walking him down. Bro, he doesn't even blink. You can tell that he's not scared of that power at all. And you can see Gamrot getting stuck. Like, he wants to shoot, but he's scared of the guillotine. Every time he lowers his level, Charles takes that half step forward like, go ahead, I dare you. That's when you know when you take in the guy's confidence. Then Charles just grabbed that body lock out of nowhere. Boom. Lift him up, slammed him straight down. The crowd goes nuts. That's when I'm like, oh yeah, this is vintage the Bronx. He slides right to his back, smooth as hell, and he looked like he was stuck to him like glue. Gamrot's trying to fight the hands, tuck his chin, doing everything right, and Charles just doesn't care. He's squeezing right over the jaw, no space, and Gamrot taps just like that. The whole crowd explodes, and bro, he jumps the cage, screaming, waving the flag. It felt like a movie, you know? 2 rounds, that's all it took. And the crazy part, he made it look easy. That's a dude nobody dominates on the ground. And Charles made it look like a routine. And man, I ain't gonna even lie. I stayed there quiet for a second after that choke. Just kind of staring at the screen like, yo, he really did it again. It hits different, bro. Like, not even because of the finish. We've seen him tap dudes out before. It was how he made it look. Gamrot's supposed to be one of the hardest guys to control. And Charles just picked him up, slammed him, and ended it like it was a warm-up round. I felt proud, man, because everybody counted him out. Now, don't get me wrong, there was a lot of people that were, picking Charles, but they were saying, oh, the chin is gone, Gamrot's wrestling is too heavy because Armin was able to out-wrestle him at some points. But you can't measure that kind of heart, bro. You can't measure that dog in him. When he got up and screamed and jumped into the crowd, I felt that. Like the moment you remember why you love the sport. That's a dude who went through hell, got slept by Topuria, had everyone doubting him, and still came back 3 months later in front of the people and looked better than ever. And I was just sitting there like, yeah, man, this is what it's about, man. This is why Charles Oliveira is different. And bro, the crowd went crazy. That whole arena in Rio felt like it was shaking. Charles jumped into the crowd, waving the flag, screaming pure emotion. You can see people crying. You can see security struggle to keep up. It felt like an ending to a movie. I'm not going to lie. And the internet, man, the internet lost its mind. Everyone who doubted him were backtracking. You had fans tweeting, we're so back. You had fighters showing love. People posting the old clips of him saying, if you doubt me, I'll prove you wrong. It felt like the whole community was celebrating, even the folks who picked against him. Then he got on the mic, called out Max Holloway for the BMF belt, and I swear, that might be one of the best call-outs this year. Like, think about it for a second, okay? Charles Oliveira versus Max Holloway 2, dude, that is going to be a crazy fight. It's a rematch. It's a legacy fight. It's one of those matchups where you don't even care about the rankings. You just want to see it happen. And I see a lot of people trying to clown it like, oh, Holloway's just going to pick him apart. But I don't know, man. After seeing Charles tonight, you can't count him out against anybody besides Topuria. Meanwhile, for Gamrot, it's tough, bro. He's not done, but this one's got his thing. He took this fight on short notice. Yeah, but he got humbled. And when you get dominated in that one area you're supposed to be a lead in, it messes with you a little. I can see him fighting someone like a Fiziev, a rematch with that, or a BSD next. That would be a badass fight. But as for Charles, man, he proved something tonight. Not just that he can still win, but that he's still dangerous as hell. He reminded everyone why he's still the champ, why people fell in love with his style in the first place. That you can't hurt me, but I'll walk you forward energy. That's freaking Du Bronx, man. What a night, man. Charles Oliveira reminded everybody what happens when you doubt him. The dude got knocked out 3 months ago, came right back, and made one of the best grapplers in the division taps like it was a drill. That was fucking badass. It ain't sunshine and smooth jazz being a Charles Oliveira fan, bro. He's been through wars, the cuts, the weight struggles, the doubts, all that. And he still finds a way to come back sharper every freaking time. That's rare. Watching that finish just reminded me why I love the sport so much. It's about the stories. It's about the redemptions. It's about the comebacks. Guys like Charles that give fans hope. You don't got to be perfect. You just got to be showing up and betting on yourself. So yeah, we're back. Duke Bronx is back. And if the UFC actually books him against Max Holloway, that's one of those clear your schedule, grab a drink, and let's lock in type of fight. Two killers, two legends, just throwing down, man. That's badass, man. But anyways, shout out to Charles Oliveira, man. What a badass fight. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you guys did, please leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And like always, guys, I'll see you on my next one.